What's the creepiest thing your boyfriend has done that made you break up with him? My boyfriend's entire family was brutally murdered when he was only 4 years old. They had been stabbed so many times that one policeman said you could barely see the white on the walls or the color of the wooden floors. It was so brutal that it was in the papers for months. Despite the press attention though, they never managed to catch the person who did it. My boyfriend Finn was found hiding in a closet, hands over his ears, curled up behind his own clothes, almost catatonic with fear. It took over 6 months of intensive therapy to get him to start talking again. His aunt and uncle raised him, and as they had no children of their own, Finn was brought up as their only child. When he decided to attend med school, they were only too happy to help him, and that was where I met him. I was studying pediatrics and he was studying psychiatry, and honestly, we met as two overworked med students do at the library. Well, we actually walked straight into each other and sent all our books flying to the floor. His brown hair was a mess, and his blue eyes were bloodshot with working overnight at the library. "I'm so sorry," he exclaimed. I shook my head. "It's my fault. I should have watched where I was going." He helped me to my feet and asked to buy me a coffee as an apology. I accepted because I thought he was cute. A coffee turned into dinner, and soon we were living off campus in an apartment together. It took him a long time to tell me about his family's deaths. He said it was because of the morbid fascination people had in him after. Either that or pity, and he wanted neither from me. Honestly, I was in love with Finn by now. He was gentle and clever and funny and seemed deeply well adjusted for what he had gone through. Then the 20th anniversary of his parents' deaths happened. The reporters found us so fast. They camped out in front of the apartment building and outside the university. It felt like they were everywhere we went. Finn refused to speak to them, of course. He was upset all the time since they arrived. It hurt to see him this way. He said they had ruined whatever was left of his childhood. I suggested we go visit his aunt and uncle for a while because they live in such a rural town. We could wait there for a while. I wish I had never ever suggested this. Then we pulled into the driveway. I looked up at the house with a small jolt. It was a massive Victorian home, and something about the dark arches and the strange tower at the very top of the house gave me a cold chill. That's when I sensed it. Something that made the hair at the back of my neck stand up. I turned to see Finn smiling at me, except it wasn't a smile. It stretched so far across his face that it was more of a grimace. His eyes were wide open and made his face look grotesque. "Finn," I said loudly, my heart pounding. "What are you doing?" Within seconds, the smile was gone, and he looked at me confused. As he opened his mouth to answer though, an older woman in a blue cardigan and her graying hair loose around her shoulders came out of the house to welcome us. Finn's proper smile, his easy smile that I loved, flashed in her direction. "Hi, Aunt May." He jumped out of the car and gave her a warm hug. Aunt May had twinkling blue eyes like Finn and an infectious sort of jolliness. "My dear, dear boy, and you must be Cassie. Finn had told me so much about you." She gave me a hug and smiled. "It's so good to have you both home. Come along." As we walked into the house behind her, I noticed how close we were to the forest. It started a few hundred yards from the side of the house, and as the breeze sighed softly through the trees, I could have sworn I saw a figure in between the trees. I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. The house was much cheerier on the inside than it was on the outside, and Fred and May were so nice. We had a lovely meal with them. Finn was down the hall reading in bed, some old comic he had found in his room. As I spat out my toothpaste, I rinsed my mouth and rose to look in the mirror and nearly screamed. Finn was standing right behind me. That same grotesque smile spread across his face, his eyes so wide they terrified me. "Finn! Finn!" I turned and smacked his shoulder. "What the hell? Stop it!" Finn kept smiling, and I got even angrier and left him in the bathroom, switching the light off. "Come to bed, you weirdo." He just stood there in the dark, still smiling creepily into the mirror. I could see him watching me in the reflection. A shudder ran down my spine as I walked into the room we were sleeping in. When he finally went to sleep, I turned to him in bed. "Stop trying to freak me out." He frowned at me. "What? Stop it with the creepy smiles." "What creepy smiles?" I groaned in annoyance, then stopped. Maybe this was his way of dealing with what happened to his family. Maybe playing pranks on me was helping him feel better. Having rationalized it and feeling a bit better, I switched off my bedside light and fell asleep. I awoke to the sound of the door creaking open.